Alright, I got a video for y'all called Luffy versus Naruto. Now, Luffy is in the form of Whole Cake Island. That's all that shit, observation hockey, Snake Man, Tank Man, Bounce Man, all that, right? Naruto, um, it's the second part of the Fourth Great Ninja War. So basically, um, Naruto, he has full linkage with Kurama, Kurama chakra mode, right? And he's there like that. And he can also use the sage mode on top of that. With that, I forgot to say that last time. I had to remake this video because of my phone. Um, but I'll try to make this video now without any disturbances. So in scenario one, Luffy versus Naruto, Naruto takes the spot of Katakuri in that fight. Um, Luffy has the strength. He's fighting for his crew. He's fighting to get out of that mirror world, right? Um, Naruto is an obstacle, and he's gonna get through it no matter what. He has to get back to Nami and them, and he has to get back to fucking get Sanji. He went there to get Sanji. He ain't gonna die, you know. It's Luffy. Strength goes to Luffy during this scenario. In this scenario, speed goes to Naruto. Naruto is really fast with that form. When he puts that yellow chocolate coat on and he does that shit, y'all, he's like moving fast. Faster than the speed of light. This boy is doing shit. You know. And that's, just gonna be a problem for Luffy. Except, Luffy does have some things to help him out with that. Durability goes to Luffy. Luffy has durability. Um, he has Tank Man and he has Bounce Man still, and he can access those forms. Um, he can access those forms and be all right still. Um, Endurance goes to Naruto. Naruto, he can maintain those forms longer. Where Luffy um, won't be able to maintain his forms as long. He'll kind of have a problem with maintaining um, that, and then he'll have to run away and like hide in the mirror world, certain places. Naruto, is more, and that's the next thing, intelligence. Naruto is more intelligent than Luffy, so he'll be like, this guy, might not be, as have the endurance I have to maintain his form. So now I can like plan accordingly. I can hide my real body somewhere. I do believe that Luffy can like manage that somehow though. Luffy, he isn't the smartest, right? But he has experience over Naruto, right? He does have experience over Naruto. So he'll just, he'll just fight through that. He'll hit all these fucking clones, right? And eventually he'll find the fucking real Naruto. And especially now since he has the observation hockey too, with the future sight, he'll be able to see that the real Naruto comes up behind him and to hit him. He'll know that it's coming, and then he'll be there for it. Close skills go to Luffy. Um, Luffy is a fighter like that. He does do that. Um, it's all brawling for him. He doesn't have any like projectiles he shoots out or anything like that. That's Naruto. That's why Naruto has the range skills. He has Rasen Shuriken. He has, he can even use kunai if he needs to. He finds out that Luffy, cuts, damage Luffy. Even though Luffy does have the armament hockey and shit, um, you know, Naruto could probably bypass that possibly somehow. Um, because Naruto's smart. And he's fast too. And Luffy does have that, like I said, the future sight. But it's always a close fight between Naruto and Luffy. When I make these, you know, um, Recoup goes to Naruto. Naruto has Kurama's chakra, and it's under control. They're like linked up partners. So now he has like basically Recoup for days. Where Luffy's gonna die off, right? Luffy's gonna die off. um, because he can't maintain his forms as long. Um, Naruto ain't, and Naruto does die off though. I ain't gonna say he don't. Um, and Luffy can push Naruto to a fight where you know he gets his powers back, and then Naruto goes down to like basic Sage mode. You know, but it will be a hard fight battle. Has to go to Luffy though because he has extra forms. Right now, Naruto does have forms too. Like I said, he has the Kurama form. Right, he has the Kurama Chakra mode, and then he also has the Sage mode he can put on Kurama. But Kurama doesn't really like that. Now they'll do that. They will do that during that fight, but maintaining that it won't be long because Kurama don't like to do shit like that. Um, Luffy has Gear 4, Bounce Man, Tank Man, Snake Man, and he'll use all three of those during the fight. Unlike when he fought against Katakuri, he'll use all three against Naruto. And then um, he has the Observation Haki, Future Sight. That'll help him, dodge attacks and shit, right? Environment goes to Luffy as well, because, there's no water in the mirror world. So Luffy has nothing to worry about there. So 6-5, Luffy wins in that first scenario. But second scenario is different though, because it's in the Naruto world. We go there, and it's in the battlefield where they were fighting against the Ten Tails in Madara and Obito. But Luffy's taking the spot of, Obito, Madara. Um, but strength goes to Naruto. Naruto has the whole Shinobi Alliance he wants to protect. That's the whole reason he came out to fucking fight. He was like, he found out there was a war going on, and he was like, oh no. See, these people are trying to fight for me, and I have the ability to fight for myself, so I am not going to let them down. And that's what Naruto did. So Naruto has the strength in that um, time. He wants to protect everybody. Speed goes to Naruto as well. Um, Luffy, he has decent speed in Snake Man, but it's still not as fast as the Kurama Chakra mode. And Naruto can last in that. Durability still goes to Luffy though, because he has the Tank Man form, and if he uses the Tank Man form, that ain't good. Like I know people will say other things, but Luffy is like that in Tank Man form. And it won't last, and that's true. But even Bounce Man has, and Snake Man isn't as durable, but it gives him speed. He can, do things. Naruto or um, Luffy has durability. We all know that if we watch the anime and we see some things. Endurance goes to Naruto though. Naruto can maintain his forms longer than Luffy can. Um, Luffy will have to run around for a little bit to get his gear 4 working different ways. That'll be tough in Naruto's world. Because there ain't really anywhere to hide too much. There is a little bit because the Ten Tails is there, but it's still, you know, I guess actually, Luffy does have, kind of an advantage with the Ten Tails being there, because then Naruto has to like work around that shit, and actually loses chakra if he fucks around near the Ten Tails. Intelligence still goes to Naruto. Naruto's not a dumbass. He knows the Ten Tails is there. He can find his way through when he's quick. Um, and experience still goes to Luffy. Close skills go to Luffy as well. Luffy likes to, attack with his fist first. His fists always do the talking. Naruto, he'll use that as a resort. If he needs to win with his fist, he will. But he has the Rasengans, and he likes to shoot him outwards. He has kunai that he uses. Tail beast bombs as well he can use. Um, range skills are Naruto, obviously. And then Recoup goes to Naruto as well. He has that regeneration factor because of Kurama. Luffy don't have that, luxury, that Naruto has. Hacks go to Luffy. Uh, Luffy has more forms that he can go into. And then Naruto maintaining that form against Luffy. The form he has, you know, he just has more forms he can go into. Luffy has more of those, and Naruto has that. But then not just that, he has the Conqueror's Haki, and he also has the Future Sight. Um, so I got that for him. But the environment goes to Naruto because that was during the war, right? So Naruto's like, I have to stop this shit. Like, there is, the world's, you know, coming to an end if I can't stop this threat. So it's 7-4 in Naruto's world. Um, so in that scenario, it comes down to their worlds and shit, in their forms. And then next fight is gonna be Gear 5 Luffy versus Sage 6 Pass Naruto. That's literally what the video is gonna be called. So you guys be excited for that one because that's their like most powerful forms going against one another. And stay cool. Go on the corner too.